Alright guys, this is Ben Streeper from 405th. What I'm doing right now, for those of you who aren't following along with the videos, I am about to harden the new Halo Reach helmet. Now this model is available at 405th.com. It was made by a guy on there, another guy on there named Ben. He goes by the name of Rundown on the 405th. And this is the new Halo Reach helmet. Now what I'm doing now, obviously it's already pepped out. Thank you Tim for pepping this out and sending it to me. We are going to start the hardening process. Now with this particular model, what I would normally do is just make some Rondo, roll it around inside, and let it go. But this has a lot of folds in it, and while you roll that Rondo inside, it will warp it if you're not careful. So what we're going to do with this is we are actually going to harden it up with some Bondo fiberglassing resin first on the outside. These are available at any local Walmart or any other automotive store. Now, Bondo fiberglassing resin is toxic. You are going to want to wear, obviously, hand protection, got my gloves on, and a respirator. What I'm going to do with this, I'm going to take some very cheap throwaway brushes, and in very slow, small amounts, I'm going to start hardening this. Now it takes about 15-20 minutes for resin to dry and cure thoroughly in weather that is over 60 degrees. It will not cure properly under 60 degrees. So make sure that if you are resining that it is warm enough for you to do it outside or in a well ventilated area. Luckily the shop is well ventilated, and I am going to wear a respirator also. This is a 100% must if you're working with fiberglass resin. I don't care if you're doing it out in the yard. You're going to be sitting over it, wear a respirator. Now that we've gone through that, also my brushes, I get these from Harbor Freight in a big box. You can get 36 brushes for $6. That's ridiculous. So if you're buying them anywhere else, you're wasting your money. Go to Harbor Freight. The other thing, you can see I'm using not one but 2 cups. Resin will actually burn through your cups. So you're going to have to double up on them if you're using plastic cups to mix your resin. And I have 2 heaters going on inside of the shop. Be very careful with that. I've already measured up far enough away from the heaters so that the resin itself will not combust. You want to be very careful not to accidentally spill some resin on the heating coils of your heaters, because this is flammable as well. So, now that we've got all the warnings out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and put on my respirator. Before I do that, obviously I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I am not going to harden the entire helmet once. I'm just going to harden this top section. Then I will move on. That will make sure that this stays uniform and does not warp. Also, I have it sitting on top of a trash can. The trash can is going to keep pressure up on the inside of the helmet. You can do that a couple other ways too. If you just get some plastic bags from Walmart and stuff them inside, that'll also help keep your shape so that it doesn't warp while you're working on it. So, let's go ahead and put on a respirator, and you probably won't be able to understand me now. Got to make sure your fiberglass is nice and mixed. Fiberglass and resin, it won't pull up. Alright, now I want to show you. That is not a lot of resin. You do not need to use a lot of fiberglassing resin on this. Just a very small amount. Now you're going to take your hardener.
X-Acto knife, stick it through the top in an X formation. Alright, I'm going to put that down. You're going to use about 26 drops. Alright, that was 37. I had a little too much resin in there, so use 37 drops on this one. I'm going to mix that up. Now my resin's a little bit thick right now. It is a little thick because it's cold outside. I did leave this out here in the shop last night, and it got really cold, and I forgot to leave the heater on, so we'll see. It may not cure properly. I don't know. Now get that good and mixed up.